Hello everybody, Tim Robson here. I'm going out for a solo one night camp tonight. It's pretty wet at the moment, but the weather said it's gonna dry off by about 5 o'clock, so I'm quite happy about that. The river's not too high. I've seen it higher. Got my bag wrapped up in my poncho just to keep everything in there ultra dry. Got a lot of stuff packed in there today in my 120 litre Bergen, so I really wanted to keep it all dry. And there is a waterproof liner in there, but it's starting to get a bit scratched up with carrying my axe around and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go because it's pretty windy up here. I'll bring you back later on. Well, here we are at the tunnel. Thankfully it's dry. I thought it would be because the river's quite low compared to sometimes. Well, I'm certainly not staying on the island. It's already flooded over. The channel's running pretty swiftly through the middle of it. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe staying on that, considering that it's going to dry up tonight, but there'll still be all the water to come off the hills and flood down through off the streams, so that probably hasn't peaked yet. Sorry if I'm wobbling you around. I'm going to try and keep that to a minimum, because I know it can be quite off-putting when you're watching a video and it's jogging about. Aye, there's the log that we cross. The island's pretty swamped. So instead, I'm going to go up this ridiculously muddy path, which is running water itself. Nice. I'll give you a shot of this incline up here. That's where I'm going. Right up through there and up to the top of the hill. Aye, that's me being here for about half an hour. The rain seems to have kind of kept off while I've been putting my tarp and my hammock up, thankfully. I'm yeah, just at the first woodland camp, just at this place where we built this stone fire pit and the bench. Alright, it's a nice place. Wind's kind of coming in from that direction, so I've closed in this end of my tarp. It's got a little bit of paracord tying those two ties together. It's going to keep the wind out of that end. And then I've got my entrance set up on this side. Still got to put my underquilt on and get my sleeping bag out and stuff, but I'm going to start a fire first because it's getting a little bit chilly, and I want to cook some bacon before it gets dark. So I'm going to get onto that. I'll see if I can rig the phone up and show you the fire lighting process. I might not be able to, but I'll try. I like fires. I like to guarantee that they're gonna work. So I usually start off with some birch bark. Squares of birch bark to the base. And then I like to go some crystal crystallized pine resin. Crystallized pine resin. It's great stuff. And then I'm going to go with some powdered magnesium. A little bit of natural flash tinder, just to take a spark. Extra-tack nano fire steel. Needed a tad extra help. It's pretty wet out here, so anything I can do to help the fire start up, not a problem. Smell that pine resin burning through there. I've got the fire going now. It's been about 5-10 minutes since I lit it. The wood's pretty wet, so I'm just waiting for it to sizzle off and dry out, and then all that'll take. And pretty much after that point, anything you put on it will dry out quickly and get burnt away. I'm looking forward to getting the fire to a decent size, because I haven't brought my alcohol stove with me. I'm kind of getting sick of the smell of meths, and I haven't been able to afford any more bioethanol for it for a while, so I really want a coffee, and I need to wait for the fire to be better so I can put the percolator on, so I can put the grill on for bacon. But shouldn't be too long. I'm just sitting here on my little concrete bench, starting to enjoy the fire. It's starting to get a little bit of heat to it. Starting to burn through that wood nicely as well. Now it's drying out. I really like this bit of woodland. You get a lot of shelter from the wind from that ridge which goes all the way along, and a lot of shelter from all that undergrowth there. It's a lot of hawthorn and stuff like that. Entrance to the place is kind of down that way, and you don't ever really get wind coming in from that way. It's a nice sheltered little spot. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get a coffee on the go. Now the fire's livened itself up a little. Right, it's time to get a brew on. Got the my lovely Italian blend coffee in the percolator. Water in there. That on there. that. Screw it together. And there. Got it set up. Shouldn't really need to be directly on the heat. If it does, I can just drop it down into the embers anyway. I'm trying out my percolator on the fire for the first time, so a little jigging around and see how it goes. Should have a nice brew. I've just opted for sticking the percolator on the fire. As long as it's balanced, it's alright. Just keep giving it a waft every now and again. You don't need to percolate coffee really hot anyway. It burns the coffee grounds off, so happy just to let it burble away slowly. There we go. That worked really nicely. Nice cup of coffee now, and I'm just going to stoke the fire up and enjoy it. Well, I'd like to take this opportunity just to give a shout out to a friend on YouTube. He's a nice guy. Anybody who hasn't already subscribed to Donny Pavellini Outdoors, please do go and check his channel out. He's got a lot of good videos. He's been posting for quite a long time, and yeah, well worth a watch. He's a kindly guy. He put a video up the other day giving a shout out to a few people, me myself included, which I was very pleased with. Very nice of the guy. So just thought I'd take this opportunity to pretty much do the same, give him a shout out and tell anybody who doesn't know about him to go and check him out. So this is for you, Donny. Cheers to you, fella. Right, that's about that. I'm gonna get some bacon on the go soon. But anyway, yeah, I've got everything set up now, and as you can tell, I'm starting to lose the light. Got my 4 metre square tarp set up that I swapped with John a couple of weeks ago. Really happy with that, really enjoying it. Yeah, it's good. You can see the river just down there through the trees. That's how high up the hill I am from when I was down at the island recording earlier on. Right. Just on a constant wood hunt at the moment, just trying to get some dead standing stuff and some stuff that isn't quite as wet as everything that's been lying on the ground. I've got a good ember base going now anyway, so it doesn't take too long to dry it out, and it doesn't go out either. Got the bacon on now, just slowly cooking it off over these embers. It's looking good. I've got some cheese rolls as well. Can't do bacon without cheese rolls to go with it. I'm just trying to keep these embers going underneath without getting too many flames on the bacon. They're ready for turning soon. I've just turned the bacon. I'm doing it slowly, so I'm going to turn it a couple of times for each side so that it doesn't burn. I'm just watching out that it doesn't get licked by too many flames. It's looking really nice. Bacon's coming on nicely. Crisping up lovely. Very nice. Oh yes. I'm gonna get the I've got the percolator on. I'm gonna just cut the cheese rolls and get those warmed off on there as well. Just toasting the rolls off now, just to warm them through and toast them off a little bit. Bacon cheese rolls, looking very tasty. Tomato sauce in there. Looking forward to this. Well, I've got the coffee on again, and we have the last coffee of the night. Just to get a bit more heat in me. I'm just chilling here next to the fire, warming my bones up a bit. Also, I'm completely out of batteries for my head torch and both of my hand torches, so I have no light. Finding wood's a bit annoying. I'm just stumbling around in the dark, treading on things and hoping it cracks. The moon's coming out now through the trees. Quite glad of it actually, because it's lighting the place up so I can find wood better. My night vision's pretty much dialed in now, just walking around using what little ambient light there is left. And the sky's going to clear off. It's going to be quite a clear sky tonight as well, so hopefully I should get even more of that light beaming down. I'm just shooting the fire at the moment because it's the only thing the camera can really see, so I hope you don't mind looking at the bonfire where I just chat for a bit. Just thought I'd let you know a little bit about myself. Yeah, I was born in Scotland, brought up in Scotland, quite remote little place. Basically had an entire valley to myself as a child. Spent most of my time out in the woods and playing by the river, building dams and tree houses and, you know, general lad stuff. But when I started to grow up, got into the Scouts and went to a couple of big international jamborees, met a lot of the Danish Scouts who are all really cool and they know their stuff about bushcraft, and that's kind of where I really got into it. After that I used to go and camp out in the forests just in a sleeping bag, just ground dwelling, no tarp, no bivvy bag or anything like that, just sleeping bag, me and a bonfire. And then I got into tent camping once when I got a free tent after a festival. Anybody who's been to a festival will know what I'm talking about. And yeah, started camping out quite regularly. And then I also did a long-term, I suppose you could call it an endurance camp. I camped in the same location up in a place called Estelmuir, which is really remote. Yeah, in the same location for 6 months I spent in my tent. It was really enjoyable experience. Not the most comfortable way to spend 6 months, but that's how I learned about hammocks. I was considering going and doing another season of camping in my tent, and then I thought my back's not really going to take it. I know I'm only 28, but I do have quite bad back problems. So yeah, I got into hammock camping and I've never been so comfortable. Had no complaints with hammock camping ever since, really. It's great. But yeah, basically the reason I started my YouTube account was just to show my friends. I've got friends who still live back up in Scotland who I don't see too often, who used to come and enjoy doing things like this with me. And just thought I'd start up a channel, be a way for them to be able to watch in and you know, comment and stuff, and keeping track with people, and it's kind of took off from there. I'm really enjoying it, finding a lot of positive people out there, and a lot of really nice people, a lot of willingness to share on information and stuff, and I kind of hope that I can share information with people. My knowledge is still reasonably limited, but I like to think of myself as a relatively competent woodsman. So there you have it, that's a little bit about myself. I'm not going to drone on too long, but yeah, I'm glad to be doing this YouTube, and I'm glad, I'm really quite surprised about how many people I have following me, subscribed to me, and it just makes me really happy, all the comments that I get and things. So I'd just like to thank you all again for making it so much more richer experience, and just so much more enjoyable than what I intended it to be in the first place, just posting up videos for maybe 5 people to watch. So yeah, it's getting on in the night now. Thinking of building this fire up and then getting some warmth in me and getting in my hammock. So I'll probably catch you all in the morning. Morning everybody. What a great night's sleep. It's about 10 in the morning. Had a little bit of rain last night, nothing major though. Very comfortable sleep. Torch hanging up, my knife hanging up. Head torch, another torch. All of the batteries are dead on them, like. The moon was really bright last night. I was able to see totally fine just by the light of the moon, which is quite nice. Anyway, I'm gonna get up and get a fire going, make a coffee, and make another round of bacon sarnies. Well, I've got a fire going now. Got coffee on. Had to fully start the fire this morning because there was no hot ashes left over from last night. But that was no hassle. It's a nice morning. There's a bit of blue sky about. So wait for this percolator to be done. I can already hear it starting, which is good news for me. Just burning the grill off for morning bacon sandwiches. Morning bacon on. I'm running out of phone battery and phone storage, so this is probably going to be the last video. Just want to say thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment, like and subscribe to my channel and like my video. And I should see you next week. Cheers now.